In 2018 or 2019, he ate 18 pounds and 10 ounces of shrimp cocktail in 8 minutes.
Wow.
What?
He ate almost 19 pounds of shrimp cocktail in 8 minutes. That's him eating shrimp. It's disgusting. He uses his fingers. They come in these bowls, and he was just smashing bowls of shrimp cocktail.
Put his picture up again.
20 pounds of food, basically.
Don't forget, in 2021, he ate 1,000 pussies in just under 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Look at that! Look at that guy.
For sure.
That guy.
He's a hound dog.
Yeah, he's a hound dog.
Yeah. And he also is a hound dog that needs to go down a little bit to get. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he can fill up. I bet he can eat a good puss.
You are.
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss.
Oh hey.
Oh yeah. Good
morning and welcome to episode 978 of Hard Factor. It is Monday, the 4th of July,
Whoa.
2022.
Happy 4th, gentlemen.
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th, fellas. Yeah.
4th.
Yeah. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. Today, Mark's got a huge, mostly American cup of coffee in the big time.
That's right.
And you're also this is a flu game for you. Well, it's
COVID,
sick, right?
Yeah,
COVID
bad flu, right?
Yeah, bad flu game for you.
That's right.
Well, you're looking great. You sound great too.
Thank you.
You don't look too bad.
Yeah. Well, just not sleeping at all and fevers, but it's all good. It's not.
Hey, welcome to the club. You needed to get it eventually.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the only guy that hasn't gotten it isn't here today. Pat, he's at the beach.
What's he missing? What's he missing the show for?
I don't know. Whenever somebody else
He's
catches
at the
COVID,
beach.
whenever somebody else catches COVID, he's something pops up for him.
He's missing another show for pleasure.
Hey, I thought this was my vacation.
Yeah, I thought it was your vacation too.
It is your vacation week. Wes is in Virginia at his parents' home, and he's got stalkers and beer after the cup of coffee in the big time.
Quite American. Stalkers and beer. It's about as American as stalkers and beer.
That's right. We got a lot of them. And we even have a little bit of America in the TikTok International moment. Also some history lessons and just hilarious videos from around the globe over this Independence Day weekend. Fellas, how you doing? Are you having a good 4th? How's it going? I mean, sorry, Mark, that you have COVID.
Yeah,
you're kind of stuck inside, but
no, I'm watching TV and sleeping and breaking fevers. I'm hoping not to pee. I'm hoping not to pee during the show because I've been drinking water like it's going out of stock. So I've been peeing a lot. Yeah.
Well, that's understandable. That's good.
But I hope you guys are having good force. What are you guys going to do today?
Oh man, so good, man. I just got fireworks this morning. I've been grilling and hot tubbing all weekend.
Nice.
Just loving it.
That's America.
Yeah.
What about you, Wes?
I'm headed up to PA, so inside baseball. We're doing this recording before the 4th, obviously. So you guys are really going to be taking the brunt of the 4th holiday work day on the actual 4th when you're recording.
That's right. But so do every listener who's listened to this probably.
Look,
working too.
Right.
There's nothing more American
it's a working man's show
than working hard. Yeah,
that's right.
For three of us.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Now I'm going to Pennsylvania. Gonna hang out with the girlfriend's folks up there in good old Cannonsburg, PA.
Nice.
That's
there you go.
American.
That's very American.
Yeah, Cannonsburg, PA. Yeah.
That's got to be named after like a Civil War battle, right?
A weapon, racist. A cannon.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That'd be a lot of flags.
Speaking of TV, Mark, you got to watch the fucking Terminal List, and
is it good?
It's good, but this is how I know Rotten Tomatoes has a fucking thing against Chris Pratt. Check this out.
They have it as a low score. Right?
Look at this though. 34% tomato meter, 91% audience score. Okay,
all right, I'm coming around. I'm coming around.
Now look at the top critics. 20% from the top critics.
Yeah, I'm coming
91 from the audience. It's up there with The Old Man. It's like the best. It's the 1A and 1B for the best new shows.
That's awesome. There was something else I just binge watched, but I got brain fog. I'll have to it was incredible. The Bear, the guy from Shameless. It's a cooking show in Chicago.
Oh, nice.
Lip from Shameless. The Bear is awesome. It's on FX. It's 100%
Great TV
on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, ton of good stuff. Nice. Well, you guys want to do the news?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
All right. So let's do some fun facts. Let's do some 4th of July fun facts, right? Americans eat about 150 million hot dogs today, the 4th of July.
Damn right.
Yeah, it's about a half a hot dog per person. We got like 330-ish million. That's like, yeah, and you know, there's one guy. Oh, also 7 billion hot dogs between Memorial Day and Labor Day. It's
Does
hot
the brat
dog summer.
count? That's pretty impressive.
I think
Does
so.
Okay.
I think so. I think that like the little weenies count if they're.
Because I went a little classier on my dogs. I didn't get any ballparks this year.
I have to imagine if there's 7 billion hot dogs that they're including a few like cousins of hot dogs.
A few sausages.
Yeah. One guy that helps bump up the average is world #1 ranked competitive eater, 38-year-old Kentucky native Joey Chestnut. Who's won 14 of the last 15 Nathan's hot dog eating contest on the 4th of July, including last year when he beat his own record and ate
every year. I mean,
76 hot dogs in 10 minutes last year.
He's crazy. How does he keep getting better? Remember when Kobayashi was around and everybody thought he was like
he's so much better than Kobayashi.
Unbeatable. Yeah. No.
He's so much better than Kobayashi.
Made him look like. I mean, didn't make him look like an amateur, but he's
no. I mean, Kobayashi is
much
definitely
more dominant.
Kobayashi could get in the 60s, but Chestnut he can't get in the mid 70s. Like,
what do you win? Like 25 grand for that?
Yeah, but
contest?
Pride.
But he has like sponsorship deals. He's like the one competitive eater that's a millionaire. Everyone else
For sure. He goes like courtside, like he's getting special seats and shit. To like,
and he wins everything. He this year he's favored to eat 22 more hot dogs than the guy who's favored to get second place. He's at 74.5 over under. The other guy's at 52.5 for second. Chestnut has dozens and dozens of world eating records. One he set in 2020 that is near and dear to this show's heart is when he ate 32 Big Macs in 38 minutes. That was a world record.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then he also
old Big Macs or new Big Macs? They have
good question. It was 2020, so good question.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like Chestnut's an honorable
because the burgers are a little smaller now, right?
When you hear this next one, and knowing Joey Chestnut, I'm just going to give him the assumption that they're the real deals.
Yeah, original. Yeah.
In 2018 or 2019, he ate 18 pounds and 10 ounces of shrimp cocktail in 8 minutes.
Wow. What?
He ate almost 19 pounds of shrimp cocktail in 8 minutes. That's him eating shrimp. It's disgusting. He uses his fingers. They come in these bowls, and he was just smashing bowls of shrimp cocktail.
Put his picture up again.
20 pounds of food, basically.
Don't forget, in 2021, he ate 1,000 pussies in just under 10 minutes. Look at that! Look at that guy.
For sure,
that guy.
He's a hound dog.
Yeah, he's a hound dog.
And he also is a hound dog that needs to go down a little bit to get.
Oh yeah, he can fill up. I bet he can eat a good puss.
It's like he's got a big cock on him. To be honest,
his jaw.
Stayed out there for hours.
Yeah.
Great in the bed, great competitive eater, I'm sure. Honorable mentions. There were 2 huge wrecks yesterday at the F1 British Grand Prix and just the opening lap. I'm going to play you the way worse of the 2 wrecks, which saw racer Zhu Guanyu and his Alfa Romeo flip upside down and then slide into and over the barrier. Amazingly, he was taken to the hospital conscious, and his team's reporting that he's okay. So I don't know, but watch
this thing was crazy though, because everybody was like, social media was going nuts about this crash.
Well, look at this. You can talk through it because there's no audio.
Okay.
He's upside down. He's crashed.
Upside down.
He's going skidding, and then he's about to hit the barrier, up and over the barrier, and sandwich.
Shit!
How did he survive that? Because
it flips all the way out of the stadium.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he flips multiple times in those little cars. It's crazy. But I guess he's okay. The other racer who wrecked and hit the wall was okay too. There have been 52 deaths in F1 races since the 1950s, but only 9 in the last 40 years or so. So maybe the cars are getting a little safer. The safety gear and the crews.
It's impressive that he walked away from that crash. I mean, because the way it looks is you're assuming nobody survives that.
Yeah.
No survivors.
Did you guys see the
crash in Dark Knight Rises? Yeah.
The crash at the Michigan Air Show with the 18-wheeler. There was an 18-wheeler. They attached like jetpacks to it, and it was racing 2 jets. And I guess it went through like some pyrotechnics that were supposed to happen at the end, but I think the pyrotechnics may have caught it on fire, and then it just goes off the rails and into the and it crashes, and the guy fucking died in front of all these people at some Michigan air show. It was crazy.
Ooh, yeah, no air races. So Reno has some of the biggest air races in the country. They're deadly. Like I think like. I don't know if I was living here yet, but I know that a plane's definitely like crashed into the stands before. Like it's a dangerous sport for sure.
It is. any sort of racing that fast, planes, F1s. Yeah. Oh, good news. And thanks to Hive member at Great Job Matt and EB Mara for tipping me off to this tweet that confirms, and it's why I'm wearing what I'm wearing, you can purchase just the Giant Cheez-It from Taco Bell.
Yes.
Without any toppings on it at all. You can just buy the Giant Cheez-It.
You
get a load
get
of that.
one, Mark.
Oh yeah, I gotta bring one. I gotta get one and put it next to the Rock over here and just have it like as a souvenir.
You're right.
Yeah.
Is that soft? You think? Is it like a soft?
I don't know.
I mean, if it's soft, that thing has got to be really good.
I mean, it looks incredible.
I mean, it looks good.
I'll take
hard or soft. I would eat that.
it's
Giant
in a
Cheez-It.
Mexican pizza box or like yeah.
What? How many inches is that? Like a 6-inch Cheez-It? 6-inch
They-
sides?
Last week it was said to be 16 times the size of a regular Cheez-It, so probably like 5 inches by 5 inches is my guess.
It's a huge cheese. It looks
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Should make a sandwich.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd like 3 Giant Cheez-Its and a Baja Blast freeze, please. You know?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
that would be-
Anyways.
I mean,
Cheez-It sandwich, huh?
you're ready to go for any
the
snacking session.
yeah, the guy who the Burger King guy, 27 years, he's at over $300,000 now on his GoFundMe. So he's
Yeah,
gonna be
that
okay.
guy's
He's gonna
really-
be okay.
the
He
best
can
day of
retire.
his life was getting like knickknacks from a store from his coworkers.
pen, yeah.
For his
A
anniversary.
lanyard.
Everyone was so disgusted that he can now retire. Okay, triple dipple, very sad news. Brace yourselves. We're going to get through these, and then we'll get to some better stuff. Some complete psychopath shot and killed several people inside the Fields Mall in Denmark's capital city of Copenhagen. So mass shooting, mass death in Denmark this weekend. The murderer was a 22-year-old man, and he's been arrested, and one is being described as an act of terrorism. So I think it was like they're saying it was like a terrorist, maybe religion. I don't know.
Right. And then Norway had that obviously infamous one a while
Yes.
back as well. Scandinavian countries definitely have some mass shooting issues.
They have a bad history of them as well, yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure more details will come out this week, but it sounds awful. I saw that Harry Styles was playing a concert just
Like
hours
across the
later,
street,
right
right?
across the street. And like at the time of this show, like they said like the show was going to go on or something, which I imagine like maybe they didn't have the full update of how many people were killed because I can't imagine that the show.
No, at
actually
first,
did.
this one,
Yeah.
at first, the news was even coming out
They
with
said
like
no one
official
died,
headlines
yeah,
saying
right.
no deaths. At
And
first.
that's why I think Harry Styles is like the show will go on, but then
Right.
it's bad. It's bad. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was it was like so many people were shot, but no deaths. I was like, that's confusing.
No. Yeah, you gotta wait. You gotta wait
Yeah.
until the details come out. They haven't even said how many yet, but it's gonna be
Right.
bad. Second bad news is let me find this guy's picture. This total piece of shit who looks like he got
Yeah.
worked over pretty good by police in his mugshot. He actually got off easy, if you ask me. He shot 7 police officers and killed 3, and a police canine dog and the canine handler when they responded to a domestic dispute at his Kentucky home, and they were ambushed by gunfire. He just shot at all of them. They didn't think he was going to do
Oh
that.
my goodness! So he just like posted up inside his house and like sniped him from like an upstairs window or something.
He put like a mattress against his door, barricaded himself in, and was just shooting at them. And they didn't
They
know
said
where
they had, like,
they didn't know where the gunfire was coming for like over an hour.
Right. Well, they
Oh,
said that he shot over like 100 rounds.
Yeah.
And he had like guns positioned throughout the house. So
Yeah.
this is like a planned.
It was
thing, I
it was
think.
bad. They said it was hell. It was like a hell.
How did they
scene.
not take him out when they? Because that sounds like a suicide by cop almost.
I don't know.
County, he would have been dead.
I don't know. Yeah. One of the officers, I don't think he died. He got injured. Was from carbon monoxide poisoning from hiding under like a police car that was running, and he got like fumes from like the exhaust. Like it was bad.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was a fucking fucked up scene. So that one sucks. That guy sucks.
What an asshole,
I'm
that guy.
not saying either of those guys' names because fuck them. Third
They're
bad
dickheads. Yeah, and then
The shooters,
guy,
it's like-
the guy Mark just talked about, he was in Kentucky, right? And
Yes.
his mugshot is
Not saying
viral.
his
If
name.
you've seen it, yeah.
one. Yeah, when I saw that mugshot, I was like, he must have done something bad. And then I was like, oh, he got off easy. They should have just killed him. Third one, bad one in a row here, guys. Akron police released the body cam footage of the police shooting of Jayland Walker, and it's no bueno. I guess Walker led police on a high-speed chase recently and allegedly fired a shot from the car in the chase, which is still under investigation if he did that or not. A loaded gun was found in the car afterwards, but Walker at one point got out of the car and ran, and he was unarmed at that point, admittedly by the Akron police chief who did a conference on Sunday, and that's when they released the body cam footage from one of the officers, and it showed 8 officers chasing Jayland, and they shot him in his back 90 times.
90.
90. It's you could I'm not playing the clip. I did watch it. It just pop. All 8 officers from different angles. 60 bullets hit him, including 12 in the face. So obviously people are not exactly happy with the Akron police for the excessive force.
Yeah, that's like a Huey Long style death. You guys ever hear about that in the Louisiana Capitol where he got like lit up with Tommy guns?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, I mean, he was dangerous. Suspected criminal. They're going to really need to find out if he shot at them in the car or not, because it's bad. And that's the triple dipple of horror. Let's bounce back from that one with a fun one. Minnesota, Minnesota politicians voted to legalize THC edibles this weekend, and apparently several of the politicians that voted for the legalization did not know they were doing it and did it accidentally, but it passed.
Really?
Whoops. Yeah.
What? Okay. So how did they not know what they were doing?
Good question. So bank error in Minnesotans' favor. Now, before you book a flight with the intention of flying home a bunch of high-potency weed edibles in a men's vitamin pill bottle, who would do that? It's not exactly what you think. Weed is still illegal in Minnesota, but hemp THC is not. So like marijuana THC is illegal, but hemp THC is not. And that's what was passed. Delta 9 hemp THC, which still gets you high. And Minnesota's state Senate is Republican controlled, and apparently at least a few of the members thought they were voting on Delta 8 stuff.
That's hilarious.
And it was Delta 9. Yeah.
You know what? I mean, hemp. See, here's the thing: is like when the Republicans got behind hemp, you had to realize if you were a Republican at that point that it was inevitable that you were going to have to get behind cannabis at some point too, because they're basically the same plant. So
yeah, Delta 9 THC gets you high whether it's hemp or
right. So it's just a low level of THC.
Right.
So
you can take like I think they're 5 milligram pills instead of 10, but if you take like
and you could refine
take 6 of those pills,
right?
So
you
could
70s.
You're gonna get high. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can make the oils. You could separate it out. I mean, like the thing is once it was a very slippery slope, and once Republicans like all got on board with let's legalize hemp everywhere, well then what do you think the next thing was going to happen? Like this was a natural progression. Like,
there was some fun exactly, there's some funny quotes from people being like, we didn't just legalize weed, did we? And then like other people being like, no, that's next vote. Like, so that's funny. Yeah, and that takes us to
the cream of the crop.
My bad, didn't mean to cut you off there, Will.
No, it's just that's hilarious that they didn't understand that. I mean,
yeah, loophole. So Hooters was trending again yesterday, and it's once again related to the age-old debate: is Hooters acceptable to bring children to? I think it was brought up and trending because like there were some viral posts of kids at a drag show or something that was like definitely inappropriate, and then Hooters got thrown under the bus, being like, well, what's the difference between this and Hooters? And I will say this: yes, it's absolutely okay to bring kids to Hooters. In fact, the younger the better.
100%. Wasn't it? Was it Pat that thought it was trashy?
Oh, but Pat loves Hooters. He was just on a high horse that day. He was he loves Hooters.
What are the complaints about having a kid inside of Hooters?
Nothing logical, nothing sensical. I don't even know.
Saying like
I can't compute what the complaints are. Yeah, so I don't even know what to say about that. Hooters is a magical place. Stop blasting Hooters, people. Not on the 4th of July. In fact, Hooters is the perfect place to go today on the 4th of July.
They're packed. Hooters is packed today.
Absolutely.
With people enjoying themselves.
And
not worried about the complaints.
Exactly. Remember now the waitresses can wear either the new, more revealing shorts shown on the right there or the classics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm. The new revealing ones, some of the ladies opt for them. And
in Florida, they were opting.
Yeah, they're the ones that drive Mercedes to work.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they get the good shifts.
Yeah. Yeah, they're asked for. People wait for their tables. The original Hooters, and where their HQ is, I believe, is in Clearwater, Florida, which is in Pinellas County. Shout out Tampa. Shout out St. Pete. In fact, I have a recommendation for Hooters, and this is free of charge. This is on the house because, I owe them. They've given me so much over the years, so I figure I can give them one on the house. How about an American flag print Hooters shorts for the 4th of July week, maybe Memorial Day weekend? Like, check this out. What if you did something like this?
Daisy Dukes.
I like that, Mark.
Stars and Stripes, Daisy Dukes. I love it.
I know it's going to be packed, but I think it would be even more packed if you got some like American flag print shorts. And they can come in either style. You can do the new or the old, but I think that would be a good idea. Hooters. Yeah. That one's on the house.
For sure. Topless.
I mean, Hooters is just I mean, it's just
Can we
one
get
of the
them in
most
on
American things you can
Big Naturals Day?
enjoy.
Speaking of which, what are we at? We're at about 600, 700 of the 5,000 we need.
Well, plus some of the shirts that people have bought outside of the actual just GoFundMe that we have to add in because all those proceeds are also going to the. So I think we're like close to like $700, $800.
Okay,
we're on
the
the way.
there.
Yeah. So,
but Hooters, I like that, Mark. Hooters, we got to get them involved. I think we're talking to another nonprofit too, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
we
are.
We're
making
Hooters is for profit, but
it's for a good cause. If we get more than 5,000, it's all 100%. We're not taking a dime. We're losing money because we're giving these shirts away. It goes to breast cancer awareness. So this is a good thing. Big Naturals.
That's true.
Day. Yeah,
that's right. And we don't make a dime. Everybody just makes a good time once Big Naturals Day is official.
Again, it's like the free advice I gave Hooters. They've given us so much, so we can give back to boobs. And that's today's cup of coffee, which is brought to you by First Person. We all want to turn back the clock, right? For some of us, it's for vanity. Others, it's just to relive our glory days. For me, I would love to wake up every morning with zero brain fog, especially this week, right? And be as energized as I was when I was younger. But thanks to First Person, I can take a more active role in my brain's overall health. After witnessing the deteriorating effects Alzheimer's had on their father and grandfather's cognitive health, brothers Chris and Joe were determined to take their brain health into their own hands. Will's showing you the product. Look at those. Very cool. Magnetic.
Really cool.
Containers, easy to open, easy to keep the pills in there. The individual
futuristic.
doses. 25 years of research and experimentation later, they created First Person, an innovative precision-targeted cognitive supplemental system which uses the brain-boosting medicinal benefits of mushrooms to activate the full potential of human cognition and brain health. First Person supplements they're made with functional mushrooms. They aim to stimulate the body's natural production of specific neurotransmitters that trigger activities like energy, like mood, and like sleep.
You're going to want one of those sunbeams, Mark, the yellow container.
That's my favorite one. But tonight, I'm going to be using a lot of the Moonlight, the purple one, because I need to get some rest. So First Person uses 100% grain-free organic mushrooms as well as highly curated blend of nutraceuticals sourced from best-in-class vendors. And like I said, I'm going to be taking the Moonlight the next couple nights, and I'd love to get rid of that brain fog, so thank you, First Person. Start improving your brain health and cognition with First Person. Get 15% off your first order by going to getfirstperson.com and use code HARDFACTOR. That's GETFIRSTPERSON.com. And the code is Hard Factor, one word, and you get 15% off your first order. GetFirstPerson.com, code Hard Factor. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Nice. Speaking of clearing brain fog, let's talk about some mental health, guys. Mental health is just as important as physical health. Clearly, we at Hard Factor think it's far more important. No use eating your veggies and running marathons if you're also eating Tide Pods and running from sanity. You know what I mean? Learning to manage daily stress and anxious thoughts is something we all want, but many of us don't know where to begin, and that's where New Mood comes in. New Mood is here to guide you to mental wellness and give you the tools you need to tackle stress so you'll feel empowered to take on whatever life throws at you. You know what's stressful? Talking about how stressed you are, thinking about how stressed you are.
Yes.
Not a great cycle to get yourself into. Being stressed about stress, yikes. With New Mood, you'll take the journey to mental wellness one step at a time. Their guided approach teaches you the power of shifting your mindset in just a few minutes a day. With a team of dedicated coaches, you'll have a support system helping you on your journey. With New Mood, I've learned what causes my stress and how to handle it by becoming more self-aware. I think I can think to myself, hey, idiot, this pattern seems familiar, doesn't it? Why don't you? What do you say we change this? And then whammo, not nearly as stressed about the same old shit, which really takes a lot off your plate, which leads to better sleep, better overall quality of life.
This is going to lead to an argument, this behavior.
Right, yeah, maybe I should stop. Maybe I shouldn't say that.
No,
maybe
it's really good.
Yeah.
It teaches you to think about, sort of your habits, especially your bad ones, a little bit easier. It makes you think about it.
Absolutely. It's backed by science, lessons based on psychological principles that teach you about your relationship with stress and anxiety. And they hold your hand. Daily curriculum coupled with one-on-one coach that guides and encourages you on your journey. And it's 10 minutes a day. Literally 10 minutes, all it takes to really start getting control of your mental health. So you're stronger than your stress. It doesn't have to control you. One size does not fit all. You can navigate the program at your own pace, and you'll also have the support of a coach along the way. So with New Mood, taking care of your mental wellness is empowering. All you need is, again, 10 minutes a day, and it's an app, which is super easy to use. So anywhere, anytime, hop on the app if you're feeling stressed out, learn something new about what's causing your stress, learn something new about how to handle your stress. Really, really simple. So Worry less and feel happier. Sign up for your trial at noom.com/factor. That's NOOM.com/factor. That's noom.com/factor, NOOM.com/factor to sign up for your trial and get it going. Now is the day to start. All right, guys. Let's move on to our next story. I've never had a stalker. I may have, become a little bit of a stalker at select times in my life.
You've done stalking?
More like a telephone stalker. Might have driven by some houses before.
What's the telephone stalking?
Just incessant text messages.
Well,
Lots of questionable, behavior during my drinking days. Nothing that, nothing like the person that didn't know me. I wasn't like stalking a stranger.
How far were you going with this?
I mean, let's just say if any of you saw what I was doing, you would have had me committed.
Asked you to stop.
Yeah.
No, the best semi-stalking story that Wes admits to is when he went over to like a girl that he was like kind of seeing off and on at her house at night, and then there was another guy there, and he just like
her ex.
He just like waited with his hands on his hip till the guy left, and then like bullied that guy out, and then slept with her that night. He like stalked her to see if she was like sleeping with someone else. She was. He then creeped that guy out, and then stayed over with her.
Knew it.
Called it.
I knew what I was going to find when I broke into this house.
Well, now that he's gone,
Well, I guarantee, whatever stalking experiences we've had, it's nowhere near as bad as what one man is doing to a poor woman in Eugene, Oregon, who has had acid thrown on her 3 times now since March. And Eugene police are saying they believe it's the same person who keeps doing it.
Probably.
So, yeah. Unless she just
it's
has
either
the worst...
herself or the same person. Yeah,
right. It's
In
either
any given
herself or
town,
someone else,
there's probably you can probably count the number of acid throwers like on your hands, right?
Right.
Like, there's not many, even in big cities. There's not many people who are like their first move is going to be acid dog.
It's a niche. It's a niche stalk.
It is a niche stalk. I would go to venture. There's probably a handful of people max that have had 2 times acid. She's on 3, so
She's on 3.
It's got to be the same person.
I think the odds of getting acid thrown in your face are less than getting struck by lightning.
Yeah, probably.
It has to.
Yeah. Unless you're just a total like bitch.
Unless you know this guy.
Yeah, unless you know this guy. So it all started back in March 28th. A cup of acid was thrown on the woman while she was out walking her dog, which required hospital treatment for chemical burns. Then June 19th, the woman reported a man broke into her house, poured a chemical on her, and lit her on fire. And she claimed she put the flames out using a sandal.
He was trying to end it that time. Right? He was trying to kill her that time, it sounds like.
Yeah, you light somebody on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, she was treated for burns at the hospital. Then this past Tuesday, she heard a knock on her door, and I guess she had forgotten about the past 2 acidings because she didn't look before she opened the door. And guess what, guys? More acid. More acid. Yep.
Yeah.
What?
And another trip to the hospital.
This is like the SNL sketch Candygram. It's like the land shark. You gotta be very cautious if you've gotten acided twice.
How do you go outside? The dog must never want to go on walks.
Right? How do you not have a peephole?
Right.
When you've been acided twice and you're just willy nilly opening the door?
I wouldn't trust anyone. If I get acided once, I'm not opening the door again.
Never again. I'm not trusting anyone.
What? So did they finally catch this fucking person? Like, what's the deal?
No. So, and here's the crazy thing: is you can buy.
She can't see him because she gets acid in the eyes, so she never gets a good look
She
at
has
him.
no eyes anymore.
Yeah.
Right. Well, she said that the suspect is described as a white man between 17 and 20 with dirty blonde hair, black clothes, a face mask, and possibly freckles. I think the freckles are just like the spots of acid on her eyeballs.
Narrows it down to millions and millions of people.
Yeah. But you can.
What?
So most acid attacks are used. They use sulfuric acid, which, as you can see by this jug of sulfuric acid that's for sale on the internet, very readily available to any psycho that wants to just go on and buy it.
What's her profession?
Well, so she's 26, and they say that it might be a hate crime because she's Native American, and every time this guy throws acid on her, he mutters something about her being a Native American, like, fuck you, Indian, or some shit like that.
Seriously?
I don't know. Yeah, the last 2 times.
He's finishing the job of our ancestors.
I guess
That's
so.
insane.
Yeah.
There was also that Native American versus woke person Portland argument that
I
saw
saw
a
that.
viral video over the weekend.
Yeah,
that's crazy. What's up with the
Native American hate.
What's up with all this? Yeah, in Oregon.
Guys, we already got him.
I don't know.
Right.
Let's leave him alone.
But this actually might be the 5th attack because she told police after the attack in March that in November of 2021, an unknown attacker threw a cup of glass shards at her while she was walking her dog. I mean, this dog is just being terrorized.
This dog doesn't want to go on the walks.
This dog, she's the least excited to go on walks.
She's dragging this dog.
Right. He hides under the bed when she grabs the leash. No thanks. So they haven't caught the guy yet. They're still trying to find him. This is what acid. This is graphic, but this is what acid.
Warning.
Acid attacks are like pretty common. I think Pakistan is where they're really common with women. But this is what it can do to you. I mean, it's just not great. Very, very, very fucked up. Yeah. Yeah, you see that?
And does the victim of this one have permanent facial disfiguration?
Listen, I don't know if this woman is totally full of shit or not yet. I haven't figured it out.
Or anything?
There's no pics. I couldn't find any pics of her, so if her face isn't completely fucked up, then this guy's either the worst acid thrower in the history of the world, or she's doing it to herself. And I can't
that's what I was thinking too. I was going to ask, does she do this to herself? Because 3 throws, nobody caught. That's crazy.
Right.
You'd think that she would have some way.
And
with the Native American hate thing going on,
she has no way to describe them. Yeah, she might be trying to bring awareness to Native American hate that she
and
might be creating.
If they're not causing facial scarring, then then somebody's using weak enough acid.
Hey, lady, we'd love to see a picture. We need to see a picture, lady.
Yeah, I need to know if your face is fucked up.
There's some crazy rumors coming out of Oregon right now.
I hope she's making it up because otherwise it's even worse.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
So, if you know a guy who's wearing a face mask around Oregon, and he's white, call the police if you know he's throwing acid on people.
Yeah.
So every man in Oregon.
Every man in Oregon. Yeah.
And every time
okay.
Yeah.
And every time
he looked kind of high too.
Anytime a Native American comes up on screen, he shudders.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, okay, moving on. Finally, if you are looking for a way to wow at your 4th of July party today, I have a surefire way to impress and somewhat disappoint at the same time. Pabst Blue Ribbon is unveiled the world's largest case of beer. Remember last year they did the 1776 case where there was 1,776 beers? This year they're trumping that with the 1844 pack containing an incredible 1,844 delicious Pabst Blue Ribbons on sale at this store for $849, which comes out to about 50 cents a beer with tax.
Steal,
right?
It's not a bad price, right? I mean,
50 cents a beer. That's great. I mean,
12 packs these days go for like $12.99. It's like over $1 a beer.
So but it's PBR, so it's going to be that's true.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
it's like 50% off.
Listen, it's PBR, but it's 50 cents a beer. I mean, remember, like most bars would sell tall boys at PBR for like $1. That was like the special, like $2 tall boy PBRs or something. Anyway,
PBR is like America's Lone Star.
Yeah.
Like,
yes, it is.
Even if you're not in Texas, PBR is still like.
Look how long ago it was established, Will.
Yeah.
Was it 1844, the year?
Yeah.
Pabst, yep, that's right. That's why they're doing 1844. So it's 4 feet tall, 3.5 feet wide, according to the internet. According to the internet, each 12-ounce beer can weighs 0.78 pounds. So that case will be about 1,440 pounds. So you literally
you're going to need a truck.
You need a truck and maybe a forklift, and like 4 dudes at least.
Can you imagine someone showing up to the party with that?
Oh, it's fantastic.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What if it was cold? I mean, it would just be the coolest thing ever.
It's in like a giant,
surrounded by ice.
Baby pool of ice. Yeah.
I mean, it's huge. Look at it. But so there's only 250 of these in the country, it's obviously like they did it to get attention. They want people to take pictures with it. Blah 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 blah. But they're also doing a sweepstakes. To help American beer drinkers from Portland to Portland, Maine, each day in July, Pabst will hand out $1,884 to a lucky winner in order to help with the burden of inflation. In addition to that daily jackpot, Pabst will also be doling out 1,884 gallons of gasoline to a single winner in both July and August. I entered.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I entered. Just look up Pabst.
It's free to enter.
Yeah, it's free to enter. Just go in there. You enter. You put your name and your email in there, and you're good to go. You got to be 21, of course.
Tab for after the show.
There you go. Yeah. But pretty cool. It definitely very impressive if you show up and someone's got the Pabst 1844 pack.
You're eating as much pussy as Joey Chestnut.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, could you imagine if you went to? I mean, if you showed up with that anywhere, or you had it at your house. Oh my goodness.
You just point. You just you
right.
You later you
any person that came over, like you know them or not, you're in.
Right.
Yeah. Right. I'm the guy that brought the truck with the Pabst case thing.
Just call me Joey.
Yeah. Just tell your husband you'll be back in an hour or whatever.
That's right.
Did I tell you I'm really good at eating pussy?
Yeah. I think you could tell based on the fact that I brought over one of 250 1844 packs. But
I spent $1,000 on Pabst Blue Ribbon for this party. I can eat some pussy.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right.
Anyway,
well,
that's that.
So 250 lucky men will experience what it's like to bring that somewhere. All right, fellas, pack your bags.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
That's right. And today's International Moment starts off in Africa for a funny video. And then we're heading to Europe after that with a little surprise for the fellas, specifically from Down Under, just because you guys will be excited about it. But first up, Nigeria, into Abuja, Nigeria, which is the capital, where Professor Kemabrad-Dikumo, Professor Kemabrad-Dikumo Pandai. Okay, this is the guy's name. I'm just gonna call him Pandai.
Good idea.
Can't say the first one.
KDP, Kemadad, KDP. Yeah.
KDP, yeah, KDP, who manages the Niger Delta Development Commission, was being asked in Nigerian Parliament over the weekend or late last week about a missing 536 million nairas. So that's the I guess the Nigerian currency. It's about 1.3 million US dollars. So,
and KDP, where's that at? You know
exactly. Yeah. Like KDP, that's a lot of nairas. What you got an answer for us? These nairas were paid to a group called Save Lives of Niger Delta People, but I guess they didn't do anything with it.
Right. Scam.
So Parliament is asking KDP, like, what's up, Pandai? You got some answers for us on this? And I'm not sure if they got their answers because this is how it went down.
Are you aware that every expenditure you make
he's asleep
from 31st May till date,
the eyes are
he's faking it,
are not
his head keeps dropping and his eyes are open.
Oh, is he faking it?
People are now approaching him.
Hey, KDP.
Hey, are you awake?
They're asking you about the Nairas, KDP. Oh, he's faking like a convulsion. Oh my God.
Goes into his mouth.
Oh,
they're checking for cyanide. No, they're checking for like cyanide or something.
I think they're trying to make sure he doesn't
doesn't
swallow his tongue. Is what they said.
I think Mark's right though. They might just be checking to make sure he's not going to off himself there in Parliament.
Maybe so. Insane that he did that. I'm not. Again, I think it may have
tells me KDP's guilty.
Oh, for sure, guilty of everything.
That was the most ridiculous admission of guilt I've ever seen.
Just fake fainting while somebody's.
Yeah. Well, they're asking you a straightforward question about where all the millions of nairas went, and he fakes that.
He just falls asleep at his desk or pretends to. But I think it actually works, guys, because in another similar incident in 2020 at the Nigerian House of Representatives, KDP unexpectedly fainted while being questioned by lawmakers.
This is his move?
Yeah, so now he's back 2 years later doing it again, and it may have just worked because I didn't see that he's in trouble.
I get nervous. Yeah. Wow.
So
that's amazing.
Fake fainting. It might work actually.
It's a move. I mean,
this guy's pulled it twice now in Nigerian Parliament.
Listen, I'm not above a fake faint in the right situation. In fact, I'm probably pretty sure I'm gonna do it in my life before it's all over. I will.
Well, now that
there
KDP
will be a time
has
where I
shown
need
us
to
the
fake
way.
faint.
Wes, if you're sitting in front of a courtroom where everyone's asking you why you stole the money, that's pretty perfect time for the fake faint.
Yeah, it is. It's the time.
Yeah.
So Pandai. Everybody, his video went viral. Everybody's making fun of him for being like an obvious faker in this, but I think it actually may, like, from what I can tell, maybe an effective strategy. Okay, let's take off for
It's
Europe,
like filibustering.
fellas. It's a lot like filibustering. Except
It's a crazier version of filibustering.
in this way, but people like they talk about how crazy it is, but then they just forget what you've done. Because like look at what we've done.
Yeah, all we
don't even care
ask
about
is
the Nairas anymore.
all we ask is if he's okay later.
Care less. I don't care if he stole 1 point.
bastard, okay?
Yeah.
Care more about him than the Delta people.
Wait, you better not get him in another courtroom for questioning. He might die this time.
Right. Might swallow his tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when in doubt, fake faint, apparently. Probably works with bears too. All kinds of stuff. Okay, let's take off for Europe with some in-flight entertainment on the way, some international trends that you should know about. First up, in Russia, we're not landing there, just passing over as always. Because Brittney Griner, who did land there with a little bit of weed, is still in deep shit. As Mark covered on Friday, her court case started on Friday, and she entered a plea of no plea in her court case. So I don't know what that means, but basically, Russia is trying to like sentence her to a long jail sentence for the quote unquote significant amount of cannabis oil that they say they found, which was 0.7 grams or under 1 cart basically of cannabis oil they found in her luggage.
Her like personal cartridge.
Right. Like one personal cartridge.
She wasn't even bringing any home for anyone.
Does Russia know how little we care about the WNBA over here? Should they
No,
think they think they've got like an NBA star?
Yeah, Wes, I think that's the problem. I think they thought they had something like that.
I think they got Michael Jordan.
It's not good, though.
She is the most famous current female basketball player, but you're right. I mean, it's not Michael Jordan. It's not.
Right, exactly. So I think that Russia thinks, because they were trying to get the Merchant of Death, like they've overshot what the value is, especially for the ridiculous charges they're laying on.
Right,
her.
that's the other thing is like we're not going to give them the Merchant of Death because they're trying to charge her for half a gram of weed. Yeah,
it's insane. So, but Brittney's wife told CNN that Brittney is being forced to travel in a small cage for 5 hours for each trip.
Anything
to court.
smaller for her. She's 7 feet tall.
She's 6'9". Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So she's folded up no matter what. But they're saying that she has to take this, cage built for a small prisoner. Right. 5 hours for each.
Put her in the small cage. It'd be funny.
Yeah, it might be. Getting a little bit more giggles in. But the no plea may be like a sneaky way for the State Department to be able to make an easier deal, because I guess if she pled guilty, it would be harder because marijuana is federally illegal here too. Who knows?
They're probably telling her to not do anything. Let the diplomats figure it out. So don't plea anything. Right. Don't do anything.
Which hasn't worked for the first 4 months or whatever, but 4 or 5 months.
She's really putting her faith in them, huh?
She really is. Wishing Brittney the best as the pressure mounts on President Biden to do something about it. And the worst part for President Biden on this one was that the same weekend that Brittney Griner's trial started, Sweden came out and told everyone what Trump did to get ASAP Rocky freed, taking it to the internet.
What a troll. What a troll by Sweden.
Tweets. Yeah, Sweden trolling the fuck. No jumper tweets. Sweden's justice minister revealed that Donald Trump threatened Sweden with a trade war if ASAP Rocky was not released from their custody in 2019. So sadly for Biden, there's no option for sanctions this time because he's already applied them all to Russia. So he's going to have to figure out something else. But Sweden definitely trolling.
That's a pretty badass move, though, threatening trade sanctions to get ASAP Rocky back. I like it. Can you put the picture back up of him? He looks like he's wearing like a female power suit. Like he looks like he's
ASAP Rocky. Yeah. It is a weird outfit. It's like a short suit.
It looks like a woman's suit, though.
It does look like a power suit.
The shorts. Wow. That's not a woman. That's ASAP Rocky.
That's ASAP Rocky.
That's ASAP Rocky.
No, I thought that was like Jesus.
Nope. No, he's wearing
that's
a woman's business outfit.
Cabinet member.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's why I wanted to bring it back up.
No. Yeah, poor outfit choice.
Wow.
When you're an artist, you get away with it, I guess.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
We don't know fashion.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, his outfit.
Thought we should bring that one back.
Trump sees the outfit and he's like, send him back. I don't want him.
Yeah. What
are you wearing?
Where's Mr. Rocky?
Shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Okay, one last stop on the flight, fellas. It's a trend you need to know about. A little out of the way on this flight, but the Haka is back on the pitch in New Zealand, and I'm going to play it in the background here so you guys can see just how incredible it is. New Zealand, had COVID basically shut the Haka down for 2 years. So this is the All Blacks, New Zealand, their national team, doing their first Haka of 2022. And I mean, these guys are breathing
Okay,
heavily.
the only people that should be allowed to do the Haka are the All Blacks. Anyone else
Agreed.
don't want to see it.
But the problem is, Wes, that also, like, I think all the other Polynesian
No, I
islands,
know.
like,
I've seen
they
them do
rock
it back
the
and forth
Haka
to
as
each
well.
other. I've seen them do it back and forth to each
It's
other.
starting to spread to like to the states. You got like
Oh yeah.
they're doing this one
little
in
white
front of
girls
Ireland.
doing the Haka now. Like youth soccer games.
Right.
It is pretty. I mean, what do you guys think on the intimidation level here?
It's intimidating for sure. There's no doubt about it. I just think it's overplayed a little bit, but it's definitely intimidating. I mean,
Yeah.
There. I don't know a dance that's more intimidating than it currently. I mean,
It's
No, I mean,
intimidating in rugby.
Ireland
because,
looks a little shook
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I mean,
because
you know you're about to get fucking hit.
right. In rugby,
Yeah.
you know that you can possibly
Like-
get just destroyed by these dudes. Any other
Yeah.
sport, if they do the Haka, it's
Right.
like, okay, the ref's going to call a foul.
Yeah,
and
you
you're
can laugh. You can laugh at him. But in rugby, you're like, if you laugh at him, the guy that was just doing the Haka is about to hit
Yeah,
you head to head. Yeah,
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
It was effective too. They won 42-19.
Yeah.
So the Haka back out of the streets from COVID lockdown and back onto the pitch because
Fair enough.
I don't want to see it in protest. I want to.
Well, it's probably better for you guys. You think that All Blacks should do it now? It's
That's
back
where
in
it should
stadium.
stay. It should
Right.
stay.
That's where it
with-
should stay.
That's where it should
The,
stay.
the COVID lockdowns is what brought it out.
What if they ever get invaded?
Everyone's doing a Haka for like getting a promotion. They're doing a Haka for like.
Well, the
you know,
protest Haka.
Oh,
That's
my hangnail fell out. Do the Haka.
protest Haka set it off.
Yeah.
But New Zealand needs to start training though, because the next Rugby World Cup is next year in France, 2023, and the New Zealand All Blacks will be looking to reclaim the cup from their bitter rivals, the only other nation with 3 cups, and my favorite team, the South Africa Springboks. And speaking of sports, here's a little history lesson, international though, from intern Jackson. So let's take it over to the Byzantine Empire, which is modern day Turkey.
This sounds like the game where they took people's heads off and kicked it around. If we're going back to the Byzantine Empire.
Oh yeah, Mark, it gets violent.
Yeah.
This is a violent sports history lesson.
First you cut your opponent's head off, then kick it into a net of. Yeah.
This one isn't about how violent the game is though,
Okay.
but this game was probably very violent. But let's just take it straight to the internet for this one. A TikTok from History Season that explains everything.
Byzantine Empire, there were 2 chariot racing teams, the Blues and the Greens. The rivalry between them was great, and their supporters were incredibly passionate, so much that in the year 501, fans of the Greens ambushed fans of the Blues and killed 3,000 of them. 30 years later, there was also fighting between the 2 fan groups after a race. This time, Emperor Justinian reacted by sending in the
just a
troops
war.
and sentencing leaders from both sides to death. The 2 rivaling groups now found themselves united against the emperor. Massive riots broke out, and for 5 days the Blues and the Greens ravaged the city.
Together?
The issue was resolved when Justinian sent in the army and massacred 30,000 of the angry fans. After this, chariot races were suspended for 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool your jets, chariot races.
Unbelievable, right? Like the ultimate like sports hooligans.
3,000 fans killed themselves, blue versus green.
Yeah.
And then
This is over a game.
the emperor started cracking down on them, so they teamed up against the emperor, and then 30,000 of them got murdered by the army.
Right. Then they had to murder 30,000 citizens.
And then, yeah, see, you got to be careful with the Haka. You can rile people up.
Well, it turns out, Mark, actually, they should have kept the sports riots instead of everything else, because the sport that replaced chariot racing in the Byzantine Empire,
Gladiators.
no, turned out to be theological debate.
Oh.
And the factions from that sport eventually led to their first of several civil wars
Right.
that eventually led to the collapse of the empire.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got soft.
So,
Yeah. I mean, a few rowdy fans getting killed versus a civil war. Yeah.
yeah, so it turned out to be a big time backfire getting rid of that. And then one last one, just catching up from the Hive Five last week. A lot of Mormons have reached out, guys, and they want to say, look, stop accusing us of being Amish or Mennonites. All right. Because there's a lot of confusion, and the Mormons have let me know they're not Amish, they're not Mennonites.
Right.
And
When did we say that? I think we just
It
said
was
they're
Friday,
weirdos.
there was a
I think
question
we just said
last-
they're weirdos.
It was brought up, yeah, because Will also talked about the guy who jumped the gap. He did like the skateboarding trick, so they were like brought up in the same conversation. I don't think we were saying that the lady with the hat was Mormon. We were saying she was Mennonite or kidnapped, but the Mormons were like tossed out as a potential.
the Mormons are tuned
Yeah,
in, fellas,
yeah,
and
okay.
and they're not liking being lumped in with the
All right.
Amish.
Well,
and
have a cola. Oh wait,
They do have their high. They're on their high horses.
Yeah.
You know?
caffeine free only.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, while they're on,
They
their
have a
high
golden
horse, I just
palace
wanted
for
to
Christ's sakes.
I wanted to
That's
show
right.
the video of Elder Jeremiah skating just to try to smooth things over. So here we go. Here we go.
Everyone, this is Elder Jeremiah. As many of you know, God has blessed me with extreme skate skills, and today I'm going to show them off and do an extreme stunt over this gap.
Yeah.
Jeremiah, stretch it out.
Stretching out.
Save
That's
the first
kickflip.
Whoa!
Ollie, which Ollie over the
Extreme.
gap?
That was extreme.
Elder
I couldn't-
Jeremiah's
Some
the
high
man.
fives.
I couldn't do it.
His hand must
I
be
mean,
hurting after all the high fives. he got
That's the
after that.
equivalent. That's the Mormon equivalent of pulling in with an 1844 pack of Pabst.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jump in the
exactly.
gap. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's some swag out there
Yeah.
in the Mormon community, and as you can see, he was just wearing his shirt and tie, no bonnet or anything required.
Right.
Now can I fuck your sister?
What if I? Well, maybe my sister actually.
Now can I court your sister?
Yeah. Now can I?
Let me soak with her. Mormon, that's
Yeah.
crazy too. Mormons soak. That's another thing. Like
That is. I got no problem with that though. Soaking.
soaking
cool.
is that's something
fun.
else. Like,
Yeah.
all right, now I'm gonna bring up the wheel. So
Okay. Me, you, and Pat, right? And then we'll
Yeah.
see how,
Unless you guys go super early, but I'm going to say I'm off. So
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so
you-
Wes
if
is
you-
off.
Yeah. We'll say you're
Mark,
off. Yeah.
Will, and Pat eligible for the cup of coffee. In the
I'll
Big Time
suffer through
tomorrow.
another show. Hopefully, Pat shows up.
Who's it gonna be? Ooh.
Yeah.
The
obviously.
wheel.
okay.
The wheel put it
Yeah.
like not even. It was in the middle of Pat's.
But now is he going to
square.
do the show because it's going to require more research from the beach? This is like,
Well, we will respin
yeah.
if
Right.
needed. But cup of coffee in the Big Time tomorrow will be Pat. And ooh,
Yeah,
I'm on a
that's-
quad. I'm on a
that's good.
four
Mark
four
deserves
banger
a
run.
story.
For
Yeah, the
TikTok.
wheel saw my Herculean
some
effort
pity.
today, and
Yeah, it rewarded you for,
That's
for
right.
the COVID game.
That's right.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, there we go. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Hopefully, you're out there having a great
Fourth.
fucking 4th of July. Even if you're, having to work, party tonight, right?
That's
and
right.
then enjoy it. Hope the fireworks are nice wherever you are. Most importantly, get out there. Have a great fucking Independence Day.
Hard Factor. Cheat on the news. Patreon.com/Hard Factor.